Hello, my mystical friends, and welcome to Tuesday night. So glad that you are here with me. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for these live readings. If you would like to get in the queue, there will be a sign up down below. It's a PayPal for, I need your exact date, time, and location of your birth. So if you are new here, I'm Patricia Tate. I'm your astrologer, your guide. I blend traditional Western and evolutionary astrology to share a story about you in order to help you to connect with your soul's path. I want to first say thank you. I am so grateful for each and every one of you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and now for hyping, something that is new, for sharing this space with me, because your support, it means everything. We have just crossed over the 54,000 subscribers. I cannot tell you what that means to me, that you share this space with me, and I couldn't do it without you. So I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you. And I would love if you could spread the word, because this allows me to do what I want to do every single day with this platform. So I'm really excited about tonight's live session. It's always such a joy to gather and share with you with this amazing community, and I'm excited. So I would love to know where you're from, and if you know your sun, moon, and rising. I am coming from, currently I am in the great state of Florida. I am on the east side. So let's check in the queue. Hello, Healing Readings. So glad that you are here. Glad that you are joining us. All right, so let's start off with, I want to share a little bit about what is going on, because we are stepping into what I feel is one of the most transformative years that we have seen in decades. 2025 had all of the major planets shift, and 2026 is going to be the year of turning points and of awakenings. We have Saturn continuing. Saturn and Neptune are going to meet up in the sign of Aries at 0 degrees in February. So Aries is going to be a pivotal point for everybody in their charts, and then that's going to be joined by the eclipses, and that area is going to be asking each and every one of us to grow. We're going to have Jupiter switch from Cancer into Leo, and we have Pluto anchoring us into Aquarius. And so if you're interested, I do have my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast. I will add a link to it down below. You can get one, or you can get your sun, moon, and rising, or you can get them all and be able to share them with friends and family. So this is not, it's not just about predictions. The 2026 year ahead, there's an hour video, and then there's a PDF companion that goes along with it. The goal is always to help you to map out your year ahead with the most important transits for your sign. So it's about preparation and awareness and your own personal growth. It's about meeting change with courage instead of fear, and using the universe's cycles as your guide instead of feeling like you're swept up into them. So if you've ever wished that you could plan your year around the universe's timings, that's a way to do it. So, all right, let's dive in. So let me pull up today's chart. Hold on, here we go. And let me check the queue. Hey there, Alchemy, so glad that you are here. And I'm so sorry, $40 is out of range for you. I totally understand it. I try to offer things at many different price ranges to meet everybody with where they're at. And if not this, the year ahead, the 2026 year ahead, is $33 for a sign. So maybe that's more in your price range, or maybe another time. So sending you hugs and blessings. And hey there from Ohio, Ghost Box Sessions. I'm originally from Ohio, not the Dayton area. I'm more from like the Akron-Canton area, and I'm there for about 5 or 6 months, and then I travel for the other 6 or 7 months. And so, yeah, so glad to connect with you here. So let me pull in today's chart. Hold on. Chart scene. There we go. And transition this over. I want to talk about, before I jump into today's charts, where we are right now. We have just had, Mars square with Saturn. Mars is our passion, our drive, and this came to a culmination yesterday. We're still feeling it exactly at 25 degrees today, and then it will start to wane. Squares are hard aspects that say these two areas of your life, they need to be integrated and changed. Mars in the sign of Sagittarius is our passion, our drive, are what we want to go after in order to see the bigger picture. And Saturn in the sign of Pisces. Pisces likes to dissolve, but Saturn wants to build things that are of quality over a longer period of time. So for a lot of people, this was possibly somebody stifling you or wanting to limit what you're saying or what you were doing. And this is coming up with another solution to get around, to have a workaround and not to have anger flare. Also with this, so we have tomorrow to add to this, Neptune. Neptune is currently at the 29th degree. We call this an anaretic degree. Think of it as the final exam. This will be the last time that we will ever see Neptune in the sign of Pisces in any of our lifetimes. Neptune is getting ready to leave the home of its domicile where it loves to be and move into the sign of Aries, where it will ramp up things that we want to initiate that have to do with our dreams and our intuition and community and connection with everybody. Now, the very next day, on the 11th, we are going to have Mercury finally re-enter into the sign of Sagittarius. So Mercury rules over two areas of your chart. It rules over the Gemini and it rules over Virgo. And Mercury stations retrograde about 3 times a year. And this time Mercury was in Sagittarius, backed up through Sagittarius and into Scorpio, and now it is moving direct and it's ready to move forward into Sagittarius. So it's going to recover or go back over those, smooth out the areas of your life that it ran amok in. Mercury rules and governs over our thoughts, our ideas, the way that we communicate, email, phone, text, and it's contracts and negotiations. And when it's in Scorpio, it digs deep. And when it's in Sagittarius, it takes up all that information that it dug deep in and then transfers it into something that's bigger and better. So this is the energy that we are moving towards for the middle of December. So let's see. How is everybody? Glad that everybody is in the queue tonight. All right, so let me start off with who is here. Oh, good Lord. Hold on. Move this over and let me see who is first up in the queue. Hey, Nico. Glad that you are here. So for my very first person, I did move some names around because one person is going to be a little bit later. So I'm going to move Margaret up. And first, Margaret, I just want to talk first about your chart. There we go. And glad that you are here, Maggie Carroll, and Healing Readings by Donna Marie. Glad that you are here too. All right, so Margaret, the first thing that I noticed about your chart is you have 2 beautiful mini grands going on. I look at our natal chart as this promise that we make ourselves. The red aspects are difficult that we have to work with, and the green, they point to directions that we have to focus on, but the blue gives us the solution. And so for you, you have your north node, the direction in which you're going, in a beautiful harmonious aspect with your moon, and it's working with your Neptune and Jupiter here. You also have your south node and Mercury working with your moon and with Jupiter and your Venus. So I want to break down the opportunities that these 2 mini grand trines can bring about. Your south node in the sign of Libra is where you have come from. I am always feeling the need, the desire to keep the peace, to keep the balance, to keep the harmony. You have Mercury here. Mercury is your chart ruler. Whenever Mercury is retrograde or wherever Mercury is at, it refers back to not only you, but your job, your career, and it's pulling in from the past of where you've been, either from when you were younger, or if you believe in past lives, it's where you have come from in your past lives. Now, Libra is ruled by the planet of Venus, and so Venus is in Leo in your 12th house. So we know that this has to do with doing work behind the scenes, or secrets, or hidden, or isolation, where we go to be alone, to tune out the outside world, to be able to tune in what's going on. Now hear me out, because I did read over your comments and the questions, but I think that it's deeper than that. The things that you are working through with relationship and with where you have moved, and the next chapter of your life. Because I believe that if we understand where we've come from, then we understand the next step of where we're going. So this is working with Jupiter likes to expand things that you do in the dark or in hidden, and so this is like learning and studying and cross-cultural experiences. It's foreign people, places, and things. And Venus likes to bring people, places, and things together. But for you, it's always it's not always, but it's behind the scenes. It's things that you do behind the scenes in order to transform and heal. Now, what also pulls it in is your moon in Gemini. Remember, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, your chart ruler also. Your moon is like a racing mind, always a racing mind, always thinking, always. And Gemini is duality. And so your moon needs to be satiated. It could mean 2 different jobs, or jobs at different times, or using your head, using your thoughts, your ideas. That would be this mini grand trine. Now, the other one is your north node, the direction in which you're supposed to be going. The south node is where we've come from. The north node is where we're going. And as we age, you and I are about the same age. You're coming up to your second Saturn return. I've already experienced, or I'm finishing mine because mine's in the final degrees. I don't look at the second Saturn return as this finality. It's a stepping stone into the next chapter of our lives. Saturn is what we build upon, and you have your north node here. I, Margaret, Aries is I, Margaret, am going to work towards my whole life. And when I reach that third stage, that's where that you're going to be embracing. It's about integrating all of the past wisdom and all of the future knowledge and merging it together. And with this, the moon is going to be the focal point of your job, your career, your reputation, your legacy. The 10th house is the highest point of your chart. So knowing that you're not done sharing wisdom or being known as somebody who, the 10th house is the legacy that we leave behind. Part of this goes back to the Venus and Jupiter. What are you doing behind the scenes? What are you doing? The 12th house is dreams, intuition, psychic ability, ancestral. It's tapping into other realms in order to receive the downloads, and it's attached to your moon. The moon is the focal point. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to share this information? That being said, okay, now I'm going to layer this onto today's, where we are right now. And hopefully all of this is making sense and resonating with you. All right, so let me pull in, oh mother, hold on. And now I want to layer in today's chart. And so you can say, all right, because the goal is always to give you a visual. Good. Okay, I'm glad you're understanding. Okay, the goal is always to give you a visual so that you can understand what is going on in your life. Because my teaching is always supposed to be the visual, the tactile, the hearing it, the seeing, like it. I want it to come full circle so that you feel it and resonate with it. So I'm going to start off with, first thing that I see is Mars. Mars rules over your 8th house. that has your North Node in Saturn here. You are having a Mars return. It's where this little red symbol, which is Mars, and this red symbol, which is a Mars, it's in your fourth house. The fourth house is the home, the family, the foundation, your ancestral, the grandparents, the parents. It's everybody who's come before you, and it's wanting stability here. Now, you're having a Mars return. It happens every 2 years. So you're starting a 2-year cycle of, what does this look like? What am I going to initiate? What am I going to go after? Mars is the part of you that's the warrior. It is passionate and desire, and it can become assertive. And it's, I'm going to initiate. I'm going to go after. Know that this is going on currently right now. Now, things that I'm going to add on another layer. And I'm going to get rid of this so it doesn't confuse you. You have the nodes going through your first house of identity and your house of partnerships and relationships. The North Node is bringing people within your peripheral. This could be for clients or contacts, negotiations, or like just other people, like a tribe. The South Node is, what are you releasing about yourself? Perfectionism. Virgo is very organized and structured and detailed, but it's also self-serving, and it can be of service to someone to the detriment of slavery or indentured servant. And so this is you letting go of those tendencies. When the nodes go through to the houses, they first off oppose each other, and they take 18 months. You're almost through it. You have 6 more months of this. The South Node is what we let go of, and the North Node is what we move towards. And the goal is always to integrate. How are you integrating the releasing of the old you and the movement of finding who you are with freedom and liberation? The part of you that you just don't show a lot of people, and that's okay. It's finding your own tribe so you feel good in the skin you're in. Now, with this, I'm going to add another layer. So hopefully you're still following along. So in February, okay, I'm going to back it up. In January, you're going to have a lot of activation in the Capricorn area of your life, right here. January is going to be a lot of intense movement and like planting new seeds, fresh start, clean slate, new beginnings. My January will be out, like I think it'll be out in about 3 more weeks. It'll be out right before or right around Christmas. It'll be out. I highly encourage you to listen to it for Virgo rising, because you are going to be starting a lot of, like, there's going to be this pileup of energy of all these planets of starting something brand new. The 5th house is the house of children. It's the house of creativity. It's the house of lovers. It's the house of, where am I willing to take a risk? Planting the seeds for, what do I want to give birth to? Knowing that you're ready to give birth to something, to create something, is absolutely beautiful. This is your January. Then as we move towards February, you are going to have Neptune and Saturn now at 0 degrees. 0 is this anoretic, brand new, like a bang, in your 8th house. Well, the 8th house, that's the house of taboo topics. Don't bring it up. It's secret. Keep it hidden. And it's the house of healing, transformation, birth, death, and rebirth. It's the house of psychology, and where you, like, let's go get some therapy. Let's dive into something that's a little bit unique and different, but I just don't want to tell everybody what I'm doing. The 8th house is the people, places, and things that you invest in, or it's a private area. Now, the 0 is starting something brand new. Adding to it that you are going to be coming into your 3rd chapter. So the 3rd chapter with Saturn is the wisdom, the knowledge, the building something that the first third of your life up until that 28, 29, 30 was, I have to make these right choices and I don't even know what the right steps are. And then the second third of our life is picking the right steps and building it and creating this sustainability. The 3rd chapter, it's in the sign of Aries. You Margaret, I need to choose me. You have the North Node here. You're going to be having your Saturn return here. It's you needing to build something, short, middle, long-term goals. Oh my God. I am so sorry. Is a bug. Is a bug. Effing gnats. Sorry, I'm in Florida and we had our doors open. I'm so sorry. I'm going to compose myself because I shouldn't have said any of that, and I should have try to keep myself professional. Margaret, girlfriend. All right. So, back on track. There's bright lights everywhere. So it has, we shut our doors because we're in Florida and it got hot and we had to turn the air on. Okay. Thank you for appreciating the authenticity, because this is what we get. All right, so let's go back. When you have this Saturn-Neptune coming together in February, I really don't think that you can plan past February yet. You can have this idea, but February and March are going to be these huge pivotal moments for you. You're going to have this big pileup of energy in your 5th house of, in January of, I think I want to do this. I'm going to take this leap of faith. It could be a lover. It could be tapping into your own child, a new creative project. It's you saying, I want to try that. I want to do that. I want to take a leap of faith. I want to experience that. With that, February is going to come along, and then there's going to be an eclipse. Now, the eclipse is going to be the first in the next series, which will be Aquarius and Leo. But you're not done with your 1st and 7th house with the nodes in your 1st and 7th house, which means there's going to be this 6-month layover, this integration of who am I in partnership, and then the shift will go into Leo, fun, joy, pleasure, but it's behind the scenes. It's not about being exuberant and showing everybody. It's doing things privately. There is business and then there is pleasure, and you don't have to advertise all of those areas of yourself. The North Node will be moving into your 6th house. Now, the 6th house is the sign of Aquarius. This is absolutely unique energy that's exotic, it's unusual, and it says, I need to bring fun, joy, and pleasure to my life every single day. I need to take care of my mind, my body, my spirit, and be in an alignment that is unique and different. It doesn't have to have the same schedule every single day. Aquarius is electric and think outside the box. And so for you, it is starting something new because Pluto is here to transform it. It's alternative healthcare and healing modalities and practices. It's finding a guide and finding a mentor. So you have all of these areas of your life that something new is beginning. Now I'm going to add like a little bit of a how do we work with this energy, because there are some uncomfortable. When you have Saturn and Neptune at that February time period, it's going to oppose your sun, you. The 2nd house is all about you being a Libra, wanting to find balance, wanting harmony. What is mine? This is money, cash, property, talent, skill set, your resources. What do you need in order to feel secure? And then you're going to have this new beginning of people, places, and things where you can invest your time, your effort, your energy into. And there can be this, I'm uncomfortable, I'm unsure, what should I do? The sun in Libra says, let's look at both sides of it. Let's find a balance. It doesn't mean, throw the baby out with the bathwater. It means let's find some harmony here. Venus it rules over our thoughts in that I can listen to both sides of the story and be non-judgmental. I can pull back and not have to use my heart for every single decision. I can use my mind also. So I'm hoping that this makes sense as you move forward. I'm going to add one more thing, because when this happens, Uranus will be at the top of your chart and Pluto is here. And so I'm going to draw one more picture to finish the story for you. This is forming a mini grand that's been staying together as they went forward, and then they retrograded, and now they're going forward again. This just doesn't happen. You're going to have Uranus at the top of your chart. Uranus is, I didn't think about that. That's crazy. I thought I was going to do this, and now I'm going to do this. Uranus is shock and surprise. It's literally, you thought you had a plan, and then the plan is scrapped because you meet somebody, or somebody has this great idea, or something amazing happens, and you're like, and this is what I'm going to do. It's in Gemini at the top of your chart. Job, career, reputation, legacy, responsibility. I don't know if you're going to take what you do into the next chapter of sharing the wisdom and sharing the knowledge, or becoming a leader of something, or just saying, I'm going to take my side gig and turn it into money, or to do it for a job. I know that Uranus is going to be here for 8 years, and so this is not passive energy. As soon as Uranus, and you can actually think back to July, that first few weeks of July, and say what happened at your life during that time. And it was like, the 4th of July, the fireworks, the chaotic, the poo, and that is what this energy is going to be like, because Uranus was there, retrograded back into Taurus, and then it's going to move forward again into the sign of Gemini, and that's where it's going to be for the next 7.5 years. So it is going to ask you to be flexible, be really flexible. All right, so Margaret, I'm hoping that all of this makes sense to you, and thank you for trusting me, and thank you for being here. All right, thank you. Let me transition this over here. Let me check in the queue. Hey honey York, so glad that you are in the queue. Yay, so glad that you're here. And Maggie, or Margaret, you are very, very welcome. All right, so let me see who is next in the queue. Healing. We're gonna go by Donna. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Donna. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry, it takes me a hot second because I like to check, double check, and triple check to make sure that I'm not wrong. There we go. Thank you. Let's see here. Is it? Maybe I should do okay, let me see if it'll take that, or if I need to. Nope, it will not. Okay. Sorry, hold on. Colombia. Okay. Colombia, Canada, British. Oh, good Lord, I forgot the front part. So sorry. Making sure I don't know. Yeah, Westminster. Yeah, but it says, is it New Brunswick? Okay. Okay. Donna, I got it. All right. All right, so question, man.
British Columbia, Canada.
Got it. I got it. Okay, may I please ask, what does my marriage fare for 2026? Okay, absolutely, Donna. Let's take a look. Yep, I got it. All right, so Donna, let's take a look. I'm assuming that this is your first marriage. I would need to know if it's not, because the first marriage is ruled by the 7th house. The second marriage is ruled by the 9th house. So if you could give me a little heads up in the comments down below, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to go on the assumption that this is your first marriage. So, oh, third. Okay, I can easily work with that. So first, second, third. Okay, I'm going to circle it so that I know it. So if we know that it's a third marriage, it's in the sign of Pisces. Pisces, your ruler is going to be Neptune, and it will also be the planet of Jupiter. So we look to this and say, okay, what's going on here? Saturn is here, which I want to build something that will be longer lasting over a longer period of time, and your Chiron wound is here also. Okay, knowing that, let's pull up the bi-wheel. And can I just add, I hope you don't mind, because I'm going to add a little bit more to this to give you more of a, oh, it's his second. Okay. I want to talk about this, and I want to talk about this. Your North Node is in the sign of Cancer, meaning I, Donna, need to move forward in a space that I pay attention to home and family and the foundation and dreams and intuition and my mind, my body, my connection. Like, what does my body say? Now, your sun is here. The sun at 0 degrees. Never done it before. And so it's, how do I do this? Well, the South Node is, I have to let go. In the sign of Capricorn, Capricorn is, if we look at in the past, Capricorn energy is, Capricorn is the mountain, short, middle, and long-term goals. So we could look at this as staying too long where you have made promises, and that Cancer is, I need to be appreciated, I need to be loved, I need to be valued, and the sun is here. It's, I have to be able to feel this. I have to know it on a deep level, and it has to be communicated to me in that way. Knowing that, I'm going to add just like one more crazy thing that you got going on here that I absolutely love. You have your moon at 0 also. When you have planets at 0 or 29, 0 is always new, unknown, haven't done it. Your moon is in Sagittarius. I want to connect. Sagittarius is, I don't know what else is out there, but I do know that I want to have this connection with cross-cultural experiences and studying and learning and expanding my mind. I have to have this. It's in a, what we call as a yod. So I'm going to add this in there. They call it the finger of God, or a yod, and your ascendant, who you are, coupled together with your sun in the sign of Cancer with communication, is pointing towards your moon. And the moon is where the solution is, but it sometimes makes us feel uncomfortable in order to get there. And so Donna needs cross-cultural, foreign, unusual, exotic, and different. And it's these connections with people, places, and things, and learning and studying and philosophy and religion and beliefs. So, okay, knowing that, I'm going to pull in your combined chart. Let me transition out of here and pull up your bi-wheel. I will. Thank you. Okay. Okay, yes, you feel like I trip up with family, but you have amazing kids. You know, oftentimes people with their sun in the sign of Cancer, they have these memories that go way, way back. Like, that's that Cancer energy. Sun, moon, north and south node. They have these memories, but they're anchored in with like soul impressions, like these things that are these memories that are created, and some can be good, but some are also these core memories of things happen. And so with your sun in the sign of Cancer connected to your north node is, I, Donna, need to move towards the way that I communicate with family and The third house is also neighbors and siblings and cousins and people within your close community. Oh, he's a Taurus and a Scorpio rising. Okay, so let's just talk about Scorpio for just a second. Not in a bad way, but Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, rising, moon, north and south node. Their energy is possessive. Their energy is magnetic. It pulls you in or it completely repels. They draw in or they push away. There is no gray area. Their goals, their learning in this lifetime is to balance that. They learn their lessons through the mistakes of who to trust, how to trust, and understanding that, knowing that your partnership sector is ruled by Scorpio. You're quite aware of that. That was what your first partnership would have looked like. Your second partner would have been more Capricornish, like I want to create something that's stable. The third partner, okay, let me circle this, is having the North Node in Pisces. Oh, it's like literally sitting on top of your Saturn here. And you're finishing up your second Saturn return, which I absolutely love. So you're entering into this third stage of life, and it is saying that what have I built? The 11th house is our hopes, our wishes, our dreams, your goals, the people that you want to collaborate with. The North Node is drawing you closer to those people, places, and things. It's going to be here for 6 more months. So you have 6 more months to focus on this. But the North Node is going to shift into, and it's going to start with the first eclipse that's going to happen on February 17th of next year. That being said, usually when the North Node goes into the 10th house and the South Node goes into the 4th house, there's this 18-month time period where people move, they retire from their jobs, they leave where they're at, and they go to something else. They move or they shift to another place, another location, or like having the North Node at the top of your chart is, I'm going to be focused on what I want to do. Like Aquarius is, I want to be part of something. I call it like the hive mind. I want to be a bee, but I want to be part of the hive, but I want to be a unique bee, and I want to get out there and do these things. And so that's where you're at. You are going to have, so I'm going to talk about you personally, and then you'll be able to interpret where does your partner fall within that. All right, so thinking of returning to my 20-year job and going into readings instead. Oh Lord, this is like totally set up for this. Having the North Node. Okay, so let me tell you why. You are going to have, January, you're going to have all this Capricorn energy right here sitting on top of your South Node of new moon, a full moon. Like there's going to be all these planetary pile-ups. I'm going to be releasing the January month ahead videos. It'll be closer to Christmas, but listen to it for Taurus. Knowing that you're ruled by Venus. Venus is going to be there. Venus is going to be flanking. So we're going to have the sun, the sun with Mars and Venus on both sides. And it's going to be staying there as in learning, studying, connecting with all these cross-cultural experiences, like expansion of, but I want to have goals, short, middle, and long-term goals, like bringing it back. Then these planets will shift into your 10th house, and that's where the new is going to start. It will start towards the end of January, and then February, you are going to have Neptune and Saturn now meet together at 0 degrees in your 12th house. I would expect downloads of information, astral travel, astral projection. I would expect things that have to do with dreams or things that are done in isolation. It's tapping into ancestral knowledge. It's studying things within the unknown or the hidden realm. And so I'm going to add more to this. Let me circle this for you. Uranus will go into your second house. Uranus will bring shock, surprise, fluctuation for cash, property, talents, skill set, your money, your resources. It's going to be the main focus that the eclipse is going to activate in February and March of 2026. It's no, I can make money at this, and I'm hearing voices, and or I'm these dreams, this intuition. It's astrology. It's esoteric things that you can do in the dark, or isolated, or away from others. It could be through yoga, meditation. Neptune is the spiritual realm, and Saturn is structure, and Aries is I, Donna, am ready to bring structure to this next chapter of my life and move forward with knowing the knowledge that I have to share. And Pluto's going to transform everything. And then having the North Node here, it will connect you to really unique. It's taking what you used to do and then upgrading it to another level. I'm hoping all of this is making sense. I'm gonna look at. Sounds like 100% what's going on with me now. Crazy connection with spirit. Oh, this is more than just a crazy connection with spirit. This is like sitting here meditating and hearing it and seeing it, or not having to be asleep, or not having to be in a meditative state, or a connection to feeling the energy. I mean, I'm giving you examples of how I connect, but for you it's going to be magnified, because this is going to be the 0 point of starting something major for you. And the 12th house is where you go to be alone, to isolate, to heal. The 12th house is where we heal our karmic wounds from the past. And when we heal ourselves, we heal the generations that come before us, and then we also heal the ones that come after us. And so for you, this is a beautiful, it's this time period where you're going to have, there'll be forgiveness. And first it'll start with self-forgiveness, and looking at things and saying, I couldn't have been here unless I would have gone through X, Y, and Z. And for that, I'm thankful for these lessons. And it's okay. And I don't have hate or anger in my heart. I don't have space for it. I don't have time for it. What is the next step of the journey? And so I'm excited for you, Donna. I'm truly excited for you. I'm going to add in one more line, and I'm hoping it doesn't confuse you. This is, I color code these my charts to make it easier. Green is earth, light blue is air, blue is water, and then red is fire. This energy here, your Mars, it activates, or it's only 1 degree away from Pluto. The Aries energy, I have to go after. How can I make money at this? How can I transform? How can I create? Remember that Pluto is death, and it's the rebirth of, it's the transformation of. And knowing that all of this water energy is activating your North Node and your Sun. When it comes, okay, I'm going to give you some difficult that you got to work with. When this energy comes here at 0, it will be in a square, a hard aspect of, how do I do this? How do I integrate this? Am I going crazy? Are people going to think I'm crazy? Who do I tell about this? The 3rd house is, how do I get the word out? Through email, phone, text. It's science, it's technology, it is a blog, it is being a guest on somebody's show, it's YouTube, it's TikTok, LinkedIn, it's forms of communication. And the North Node says, I have to find a way, even with my age, with how do I connect with the people that I'm meant to connect with, my tribe? How do I draw them to me? And so that's where the square will come into a hard aspect, and you working to navigate that. So Donna, I hope all of this makes sense to you, and I greatly appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody liking, sharing, and now that there's this new thing called a hype, I appreciate everybody doing that also. Come on. Okay, so Kimalu. Okay, hold. Kimalu. Okay, I got it. All right, so yeah. All right, so let's see, 3, 6, 10. I love it when people have their exact time, because I'll tell you, the minutes, they matter. Okay. And Kiamalu, I appreciate you giving me free reign. So anything that stands out, absolutely, let's talk about it. Okay, let me check the comments. Okay, so Donna, I'm glad you love it. I'm hoping, oh, you've been doing readings since May of 2025. Completely absorbed. I absolutely love that. I'm so, okay, I'm glad I'm saying it right. Thank you, Kamalu. And thank you, Donna Marie. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate everybody's kindness and support, and for being here, liking, hyping, sharing, like the whole moving forward and understanding the navigating the newness of everything. All right, so Kamalu, let's see. First thing I notice, Pluto at 0, partnership, I get it. Moon at 21, conjunct your wound at 23. I don't know what happened at around the age of 21, 22, 23, 24, but that sets you up for the next chapter. There is this square. Let me make it a little bit more visible for you. You were born almost exactly at a full moon. Now, this full moon, it squares your ascendant, like who am I, and descendant, partnership, and what does that look like? A grand cross or a square like this means that every time one of these areas of your life are activated, it's like life is going around just beautiful, and then all of a sudden, wham, your whole chart gets lit up. And it activates your wound and your moon, and then who you are, your identity, your sun at the top of your chart with your career, your job, reputation, legacy, and partnerships, clients, consultations. The 7th house, think of it as the mirror of who you are. It represents not only business partners, but best friends and significant others and the other clients. And so know that when one area of your life, when one of these things are activated, it literally lights up your whole life. That being said, let's take a look at where the planets are today. Alrighty. Hold on here. All right. So, things that I want to draw your attention to. All of this energy. Ooh, yeah, like literally all of this and this. That's intense. And this. All right, so let's just start with this. You are having your first Saturn return. A Saturn return is when the universe has said, you have come of age, you're 28, 29, 30, you're like in this time period of your life that you've had every one of your life lessons for the first time. And now it's time to make these adult decisions. And you have Saturn in the sign of Pisces. Saturn, think of it as this mountain. I have to pick the right mountain. I have to pick the right goals, short, middle, long term. But it's Pisces. Pisces is water. It just flows over the dam. And how do I contain that water? How do I contain my intuition, my dreams, my psychic ability, my connection to want to be at one with everybody and not lose myself? That's the goal. Now that you have your first Saturn return under your belt, now you're going to be like, when Saturn moves out of here, which will be February, it'll actually be February 14th. So you'll be like ending this cycle. Right now you have Saturn sitting on top of your sun. The sun is you, your identity, and Saturn is limitations and restrictions, think of it as karma, the father of time. Saturn is the planet that has the rings around it. So think about the fence around the yard. And the universe is saying, get it together. Choose the right things. And I'm going to restrict you. And I want you to do this. Now, Saturn has already gone through your house, and it was retrograde. And so when it was retrograde, it had you rethinking about your job, your career choices, your reputation, your legacy. And now it's moving forward, but it's literally sitting on top of your sun exactly at 25 degrees. Saturn is a slow moving planet. You can't get away with anything. If you don't do it right, Saturn will have somebody of authority point it out to you. Saturn is the karmic teacher that comes around and says, right here, you didn't do this. Do it again and do it again. Now, Saturn is currently in a square with Mars in your 7th house. So this is you wanting to, either with partnerships or clients, wanting to say what you want to say, do what you want to say. There could be some conflict, or and this has been the square was going on the last few days. It is now going to start waning, but it's still at 25. You've got a couple more days of this, knowing that Mercury is your chart ruler. Whenever Mercury stations retrograde, it rules over who you are. So changing, being a chameleon with having to alter the way that you speak. Gemini energy is very, think of it as a social butterfly. And I think of it as a pollinator, going from one flower to another. And that's what you are best at. It's communicating and sharing these ideas. And knowing this, Mercury is going to be going into your partnership sector in the next couple of days. It will point out, it will mirror to you where you've made mistakes with either contracts or people, best friends, significant others, in the words that you've said, and how do you adjust that moving forward. That being said, let me clear this off. You are going to have these two meet up right here in February of next year. It's going to happen on Valentine's Day, February 14th. And what is going to be the second activation, the second trigger, is we're going to have an eclipse on February 17th, and that will be a new moon. So a new moon, fresh start, clean slate in the sign of Aquarius. And so this will be, what do I want to teach? What do I want to learn? Where do I want to go? A new moon in a new area of your life. When you have the nodes in the top and the bottom part of your chart, the north node says, go here, do this, search for what has meaning for recognition, job, career, reputation, legacy, and the responsibilities of not just home but also of career or job, things that you want to do. That being said, this is going to be here for 6 more months. It usually means, and I don't know if you've already experienced it, moving into a new job or a leaving of a home or something that has to do with your living situation. There's 6 more months of it. You're going to have the first of a new set of eclipses move into your 9th house and your 3rd house. The 9th house involves, I need to travel. I need to mix with cross-cultural experiences with foreign people, places, and things. I need to expand my mind. I need to study, or I need to learn religion, philosophy, beliefs, or teach, or things that have to do with legal matters or publishing a book. There's so many opportunities that are going to come your way in 2026. I'm going to add one more thing in here, and I don't want to convolute it. Uranus in July went into your 1st house of self. I'm sure it felt like your brain was on fire and scattered in multiple different directions. And then it retrograded back into your 12th house of retreat and isolation. Look, Uranus is going to go into into Gemini, and it's going to be there for the next 7.5 years. This is really going to change who you are. The 1st house is your identity of who you present to the world. It's your business card, it's your website, it's literally the things that you say, the things that you do, it's how you present yourself. you are going to be going through this huge transformation, like coming out of, I don't, oftentimes it can mean like a look change or a name change or a career change. It means something big for you will be transforming. And I am super, super excited for you because it's going to form the mini grand that will be connecting you to the 11th houses. These are my hopes, my dreams, my wishes, my goals, and the people that I can collaborate to get there. And that's what the January, February is going to bring. So I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you trusting me. And all right, let me know in the comments how this resonates with you. So thank you. Thank you. I'm going to check the comments and see how this is. And I want to let everybody know that if it wasn't for you, I would not be where I'm at. I am continually learning and what can I share? What do people want to learn? What do people want to know about? And I offer it on my Patreon and I offer it here. And so it's always trying to stay one step ahead of the curve. All right, so let me see in the queue. All right, I said it right. Good. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. I'm so glad that that is spot on, and I would mark those dates down on my calendar. Look, you're a Gemini rising. Look, this is I color code all of my transits for my planets so I can look at them, and then I put them darker when they're going to go retrograde, but I like to have that visual. All right. All right. Hey, honey York. Oh my gosh. All right, we need to catch up. Let's see here. I wonder if I have saved. I'm going to see if I have it saved. Let me look. I should have. Oh, for crying in a bucket. Okay. I'm going to do chart new. I'm wondering what I saved it under. All right. So I'm going to put it under Honey York. And I would love to know, everybody who is definitely younger than me, did you know about this new hyping thing with hyping videos? I did not. I had to take a deep dive. YouTube is always changing things. Always changing things. So, Cornwall. All right. And I'm always trying to stay on top of it. All right. Oh, that's right. You have that beautiful kite. You know, I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. All right. So let me pull up your bi-wheel, Honey York. You know, I just love your chart. All right. So let's take a look. Oh, how do you hype a video? Let me tell you. So it can't be done on the computer. You actually have to do it on your phone. You pull up the video and you swipe to the right. You can only do it 3 times a week, and then you can hype it so many points. And so basically what it does, so if you, and I can't do it to my own videos, so I had to practice on a friend of mine's. And so you go to the video, and usually if it's one that's been released within the first 24 to 48 hours, those get hyped the most. And what they do is you swipe it, it gives it so many points, and then it throws it out into the algorithm so that somebody can see smaller people like myself, and it gives them more airtime than people who have like a couple 100,000. And so yeah, I'm super excited. Once I reached the 50,000, and then the hyping thing came out, and then I went up to 54,000. Oh, I was like super stoked and excited. Okay, enough about me. Sorry. Okay, so hype a video, pull up the video, swipe it right, it'll give you a comment. It'll leave you like these 3 different choices. You have to like keep swiping, and then it'll say hype it, and then you can pick hype 1, 2, 3, and then how many points, and it just gives the points to the person. All right, so Honey York, let's take a look. You were asking about relationship and partnership, and let's see, ruled by Venus. Okay, hold on. All right. Oh, you have Uranus sitting on top of your Mars currently. I want to read your question like one more time. Okay. Relationship, any lasting love, romance coming in for me. Could an ex relationship be coming back with Taurus Sun? Life has been crazy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, new position within a week. New position is remote. Okay, I love the idea. New position, remote, and working from home. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's do a deep dive. And thank you for hyping my videos. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, so Honey York, let's talk about where we are now and where we're going to be going December, January, and February, because February is going to be this activation point. Currently, let's just look at your Saturn. Your Saturn is at 27, and the transiting Saturn is at 25. Saturn has gone through your chart, and then it retrograded, and it said, think about this. What do you want? Having the second Saturn return says, I need to think long and hard about things that I want. I am going into the 3rd stage of my life where what I build matters, and then I need to be thinking about me. The reason I say that you need to be thinking completely about, and this is, if you have a list of this but not this, you need to be firm on it. Like if you say they can't smoke, well, they can't smoke at all. Like there has to be for sure yeses and for sure nos, because Neptune and Saturn, they're going back, they're thinking about it, and they're going to be at 0 on Valentine's Day, that February 14th. They are moving forward. Saturn, it's a slow planet, so it's inching closer. Neptune is here. Neptune is, this is what I dream, this is what I believe, this is really what I want to happen. And it's faith and hope and spirituality. And this is in your 6th house of your daily habits of, I have to make sure that I take care of me first before I take care of others. That when I find a partner, when I connect with somebody, that I do not lose myself with that person. For example, like, remember when Brad and Angelina got together and they named him Brangelina? Well, that would be not healthy. This is the next chapter where you're wiser, you're more mature, you're more responsible. And so these 2 planets, they're going to meet up at the 0 degree point. This is this karmic point of fresh starts. Like I cannot tell you how big this is going to be. I'm going to back it up with January. In January, you're going to have a lot of all of these planets, the Sun, Venus, and Mars. They're going to move into your 4th house. This is my home. This is my roots. This is my foundation. Yeah, and I know you can be a people pleaser because that's what Libra energy is. So tell yourself, I am no longer that people pleaser. I am here to listen to both sides, but I have to make myself come first. That's what Saturn says. Saturn says I have to have boundaries, and boundaries come with physical, but they're also energetic. And so knowing that these planets, they're going to move into your 4th house. Capricorn energy, ruler with Saturn, is I want to plant the seeds for my 2026 of what do I want for stability for my home, my the 4th house. If the 4th house is not solid, nothing else can sit solid there. And so there's going to be January is going to bring a lot of action with these planets, and then they're going to oppose Jupiter in your, and you're having a Jupiter return. I forgot about that. That's such beautiful energy. It brings you jobs, abundance, things that have to do with home. So the whole working from home is absolutely perfect. Let me show you why. Because this is at 25. This is at 23. They're both in water signs and saying, I'm going to help you get to where you want to be. Jupiter is abundance. Saturn is limitations. And the 6th house is the balance of home and career and working in a space. You were supposed to move, but you put your intent in, you put in the old house, so you couldn't move. I totally get that. If in January you decide that this is something that you want to pursue, then I would put your intentions out there. I always end my intentions with, for my best and highest good. I'm not a New Year's resolution kind of gal, but the new moon in January is a great time to put out your New Year's resolutions or your new moon intentions of what you want to create for the year ahead. It's going to have, like last year it was rough because we had Mercury retrograde, we had a lot of retrograde planets. This year, the universe is saying, right here, build it, make it sustainable. If you have this solid foundation, everything else is possible. Knowing that, okay, so I'm going to move on from that. That would be your January. Your February, these are going to be in your 7th house. This is new partner, best friend, significant other. It brings in, but I think that you're also going to have to, Aries, reach out. I'm going to have to connect. I'm going to have to look for. I'm going to have to like make the first move or initiate. I'm going to add to this that Uranus is at 28 degrees and your Mars is at 27. Your 8th house revolves around resources or time, people, places, and things that you invest your time, your effort, your energy into. And Uranus is thinking outside the box. How can I, with my alimony, child support, debt, taxes, what can I do with this? The North Node is, I have to make good investments with where I'm putting my time, my effort, my energy. This will move into the sign of Gemini in 2026, where it will stay for the next 7 years. While it's here, Uranus will sit on top of your Mercury at 0. Like all of this 0 energy is like, I never thought I could travel there. I never thought this is taking a class, taking a workshop. It is meeting somebody who is foreign, different, exotic, something that has to do with religion, philosophy, or belief. At the same time, you're going to have Pluto here. These 3 are going to merge here in February, and it's going to form this mini grand that brings all of this attention into, this is what I want for a partner. Now, this could be a partner in business. It can be a partner in friendship. It can be a partner in like a best friend, somebody who will travel with you. This could be meeting somebody to travel with, or meeting somebody at a class or a workshop, or meeting somebody who you are working through contracts, or knowing that you have Jupiter. As soon as Jupiter hits that 28 degrees, it will sit on top of your moon. I have this intuitive download. I see it, I feel it. You will feel it within every fiber of your body. Jupiter's going to be here until mid June. So embrace all of this energy. This is going to take you to that January, February, March. And is everything going to be easy? Absolutely not. But it's pointing you towards, this is the area that it's going to be easier. Let's talk about the difficult. You currently have your South Node, and okay, you have your Uranus and your Pluto conjunct at 15 degrees in the sign of Virgo. I share this with you, just not in the same house. It's anybody who was born within that time period shares this. And so let me look, making sure that you're understanding all this. You have the South Node here that's saying, I have to be able to release this. Pluto says transform from the depth. The 12th house is the broken record. I'm not worthy. Stories that people have told you, generational trauma, secrets or things that are hidden from the path. The 12th house is the house of isolation. It's the house of hospitalization. It's also where we go to sit, to to be healed and renewed. And it's where we tap into dreams, intuition, and our psychic ability. You have the North Node in the sign of Pisces that's saying, Honey York, I need to focus on me, my life path, my service to myself first, health care, like literally self-care of mind, body, and spirit before you take care of anybody else. These transits are really hammering in for you the need for you to say, I have to prioritize me first. So I'm hoping all of this is making sense to you. I'm going to take one more look around and let me know. I'm using a personal trainer that is helping my mindset. Oh, that's so good. Oh, congratulations on the 30 pounds. Yay. That is absolutely fantastic for you, because when our body feels better, our mindset feels better. And I'm sure that you were beautiful when you were 30 pounds heavier, but being 30 pounds lighter, it makes us feel better. It's being comfortable with the skin that you're in and the mindset that you're in. I am so excited for you, and a releasing of the things that people have said to you. Release, let go. Yeah, I'm very excited. Oh, size 6 is getting too big. Oh, I wish I was a size 6. Nope, not there. Haven't been that. I'm excited for you. I am very happy for you, and I'm excited that that you are moving towards this and knowing that the shift is coming. In January, you're going to have your first eclipse on the February 17th that will be Aquarius energy. That's a lover, children, childlike activities, creative, tapping into your own child and knowing that this is what I want to start. This is what I want to dive into. This is what I want to give birth to. So I'm excited for you, Honey York. Thank you so much for trusting me and being here. Alrighty. Let me see. Yes, I bet you are petite. I love that. I love that. Okay, let me see. Thank you, Honey York. Sending you love, my friend. Sending you love. All right. My next person, and I appreciate everybody learning how to hype the videos and to like, share. Yeah, that hype thing, 3 a week. So thank you. All right.
So this is her name, Dragonfly.
Okay, let me. All right, a dragonfly friend, and 9/1/1951. Okay, so September. Okay. Alrighty. Oh. Mother. Hold on. All right, Dragonfly. Let's see about you. So, okay, what's in store? Which means that I can just go around your chart, which I absolutely love to do. All right, Honey York, sending you hugs, my friend. All right, so Dragonfly. Cancer rising, which makes you ruled by the moon. And look at that huge stellium there in Virgo. You were almost born, like you're within minutes of being born at a new moon. You've got the Mercury sandwiched right in between there, and your sun is conjunct your south node. Okay. If you're comfortable, I'm going to dive into a story about your past, and it could be this past, or if you believe in past lives, I'm going to go there. If you're not comfortable with it, I will shift it and change it to this past life. When we look at our south node, we look at where things went wrong, and then because I believe that if we understand our past, then we can try not to repeat those lessons, and we can better ourselves and move forward. All right, so you're good for it. Okay, that's good. So Virgo energy is analytical, but remember, we go negative. It means so paying attention to the detail of things that you missed some things. Now, your chart ruler is also in the third house. So we know that the third house, that The end of your life, the demise of, had to do with neighbors, siblings, cousins, things that happened closer to home. Venus is here, so let's throw in some jealousy, some rage, some anger. It could have been from other females. With this, I would also add in masculine energy, because the sun is here, and it could be a father figure, or it could just be masculine energy, or somebody of authority in general. Now what happens is we come into this lifetime and you chose to replicate some of these lessons in order to know better, do better, because it didn't end on a note that you wanted. So what opposes you is the North Node in Pisces. I, Dragonfly, I need to expand my mind. I need to not just keep everything closer to home. I need to study religion and philosophy and belief, and to travel there and to experience the sweat lodge, or to experience different religions or philosophies, or to, it's to broaden your horizons, to broaden your mind. This is where you're supposed to be going. Now, the ruler of it is Neptune, and it's also Jupiter. So I'm going to start off with Neptune. Neptune is in the sign of Libra, in your 4th house of home. Always feeling like you have to keep everything balanced between what you want and what somebody at home wants, or what the home wants or needs. Now, Jupiter at the top of your chart is in the sign of Aries. I, Dragonfly, I have to make this happen. I have to go after it. I have to expand my choices, my job, my career, my reputation, my legacy, my responsibilities. Now, these two pretty much oppose each other. Your two chart rulers oppose and make it really difficult for you to go and do what you're meant to do in this lifetime. So the first, I would say, third of your life was just figuring out, and usually the first third we pull back, we go exactly back to our south node because we're comfortable. The second third of our life, we're like, let's integrate some of this, let's move towards this. Pisces energy is like free love. It's like being a gypsy or being a hippie, or like wanting to connect with like-minded individuals who you feel at one with, who vibrate at the same energy level that you do. Pisces energy, on the positive, it forgives. It forgives of self. It wants to connect. On the negative, it can hold grudges. We're going to look at this as moving towards the positive, because we are looking at, your sun opposes the sun of who you are. This means that you brought in specific people that will oppose you in this lifetime. And Venus is the goddess of love and beauty and money and resources, who likes to bring people, places, and things together. But she's retrograde. She came in retrograde. I, Dragonfly, I need to relive some of these lessons of, jealousy and being uncomfortable. And when Venus is unhappy, she looks at what she put together that was not in a healthy, that was not put together in a healthy way, and then she says, we have to dissect this. We have to know better and do better. So as you've grown and matured, the way that you communicate, Mercury, with their thoughts, your ideas, your self-talk, who you're going to share this information with, has evolved and grown over time. Knowing this, it's you moving towards this Piscean energy. I want to be connected with my people. Okay, knowing this, now I want to bring in like where we are right now. I'm hoping that this story, so usually when you talk about somebody's past, they're able to reflect on it and say, yeah, this resonates, and I did repeat some of these themes, because your south node in Virgo, that's also where your gifts are. You already have mastered it. You can do it again. As you grow older, you pull from that wisdom. You pull from the knowledge. You don't have to gain it. You already have it. The south node is where you are integrating the new. All right, Dragonfly. So let's talk about where we are today. So the reason I brought all this up is, oh, there's a comment. 100% correct. So much of who I am. I absolutely love this. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So I'm going to continue on with the story of why this is so important for where you are with what you're doing right now. Do you see these little horseshoes here? Those are the nodes. This is the south node and this is the north node. You are having a nodal return. It happens once every 18 years. So if you go back 18 years, and that's the great thing about age and wisdom, we are able to go back because we have time on our side that we can say, I recognize these patterns. I'm past that. I'm moving towards this. Life is shorter and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. And so you are having this nodal return in the sign of Pisces, bringing in, it's you adjusting your expectations and the people that you're meant to connect with that you haven't yet. You are now ready to. Now, this has been going on for the past year, but you're not done yet. You have 6 more months left of this transit. And so I'm hoping all of this makes sense. What I do want to add, okay, I'm going to get rid of this. What I do want to add is in January, you're going to have Mars, the Sun, and Venus right here in your 7th house of partnership. It literally will bring in new people, best friends, significant others. The 7th house is the house of the mirror, the opposite, the people that we, it's personal, professional, it's collaborative, it's you connecting with those people who mirror you, who you can learn from, who you can grow from. Set your intentions not at the New Year's, but set them at the Capricorn new moon that will be in January. And knowing that, this will set up your 2026 for the next chapter, for what's to become. I want to add in one more thing. You are going to have Saturn and Neptune both meet at 0 degrees here. This is going to be here, this is going to be here, and this is going to be the mini grand trine. I don't know where you're going to be at in February, but there's going to be a huge shift that the focus is going to be on you. This could be reputation, accolades. You are taking knowledge that you have in the 9th house of, I've been there, I've studied that, I understand that, I've collaborated with that person, I created that, I've taught that, I've expanded my knowledge through that. And then you're going to take it into the 10th house of, let me share this with you, let me teach you this, let me explain this to you. I would like to say that this is like this new chapter of what is the legacy that you're going to leave behind? What are you going to share with other people? Aries is the I. At the highest point of your chart is, I am going to leave this lasting legacy of wisdom and knowledge and your story behind. You have Pluto here in Aquarius, and you're going to have Uranus in the sign of Gemini. I would think that it would have to do with healing and secrets. I would think that it would also be very mystical, magical, intuitive, and I don't want to get too woo-woo here, but I'm thinking that this has to do with initiating or starting something that that brings up your evolution in order for other people to learn and heal from. It'll be part of your healing journey. So my dragonfly friend, I greatly appreciate you being here and sharing and allowing me for to be able to read for you and to share your chart with. So thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, bright light Becca Boo, happy Tuesday to everyone. All right, so dragonfly, let me know how that resonates with you or sits with you. All right, so my next favorite person is Alyssa. Thank you, Alyssa, for being here. And I'd love to know how everybody's doing with the as the holidays quickly approach. Where are you? What are you doing? Alrighty. I am trying to make plans for past February, but literally I cannot. Oh, wait a minute, I spelled it wrong. So sorry. There we go. Knowing that February and March are going to be these huge pivotal points for all of us. All right, so let's see what's currently in the near future. Relationships. Things feel, oh, I totally understand the whole back and forth, Alyssa. All right, so Alyssa, let's talk here. Hey, Bluebird, how are you? And Dragonfly, thank you. I am so glad that everything resonated with you, and I'm excited about that the next chapter of what is 2026 going to bring for you. I hope you stay in touch with me. All right, so Alyssa, let's talk. First, let me bring over your chart and have a little looky-loo. Oh, you're an Aquarius. I love Aquarius rising. That is let your freak flag fly, my friend. I love this for you. You have a sun in Pisces. Oh, watery, intuitive, psychic, and a moon in Cancer. Good Lord. Like you're feeling everybody else's feels. And your North Node in Scorpio. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot of water and intuition. And I am, okay, having the moon in the sign of Cancer and in your 6th house, the way that I can describe it is you can only people so much, and then you need to pull back. And like I use it for myself that when I'm done peopling, I have to like stop, take a shower, and like self-isolate and like sit with my dog or just to be alone, to get rid of everybody else's energy, to get rid of everybody else's everything, so I can sit and know what is my own. And so yeah, that's a lot of water, my friend. And Aquarius is, I love that energy. Okay, and let me see. No, wait, you have a square to your nodes. Do you even know that? Okay, let's just talk about this for just one hot second, because it's going to tell you a little bit about your story. Squares are hard aspects, just going to go there. And squares to the nodes are karmic. I don't know if you heard me talking to the last person. And when I was talking to Dragonfly, we were talking about their North and their South node and how the goal is to, as we age, to integrate it. And so our South node is where we've come from. The North node is the direction which we're going. And the goal, as we age, is to integrate this energy together. You have a South node in the sign of Taurus, which is slow and steady and reliable and stable. But that's where things went wrong. Like things went terribly wrong. And the ruler of that is Venus. We know that in a past lifetime, if you believe in past lifetimes, if not, it would have been in this lifetime that you would have repeated some of the similar patterns. That home, family, traditions, you lost your foundation, like everything was lost. Everything was gone. There was no grounding. It was not stable. It was not reliable. Having Venus, the ruler of it, in the sign of Aquarius, it was shocking. It was surprising. Nobody would believe the story. Who can, like, and so how do you reinvent yourself? The North node is in the sign of Scorpio. I, Alyssa, I am in charge of my destiny. The 10th house is the highest point of your chart. It's your career, it's your reputation, it's your job, it's your legacy, it's your responsibilities. And so you are moving towards Scorpio energy of Scorpio energy is I have to dig deep. I have to dig out the secrets. I have to ferret it out. I cannot just trust everybody. I cannot become complacent. Scorpio energy is very fluid. It's very watery, and it goes off of intuition and gut instinct. It draws in and it repels. That being said, the chart ruler of that is Mars and Pluto. So we have, we have Mars in your house of partnerships. So we know that that is partnership related. That means best friends, significant other, clients. And then we also have Pluto at 0 degrees. Never done it before. How do I transform? What does transformation look like in your area of your life that has to do with hopes, wishes, dreams, goals, collaborations, networks? Now, when there's a square is what we call a missed step or a skip step. I, Alyssa, have chose to repeat some of these similar patterns again, and this time I'm going to speed it up and I'm going to make it a little bit harder so that when this is activated or this is activated or this is activated, my chart lights up like a pinball machine. And so I speed through the lessons. They come hard, they come fast. It's like I guess being in labor and somebody putting you on Pitocin, or it's like you start to walk across the train tracks and then you hear it coming around the corner. You better pick up the pace. So the goal of this is for you to integrate: how can I be stable? Who do I trust? How do I trust? And what does my career look like? You would be really well to have a career that has anything to do with secrets or uncovering things that have to do with like dreams or intuition, psychic ability, or keeping other people's secrets, hidden things, digging out things under, like uncovering those things. All right. So let's take a look at where we are today. Oh, and let me look at you. You lost your spiritual ground entirely in this lifetime, and it happened in 2018 or 20. Oh, my friend, I'm so sorry. I'm sure that there was something that activated, like if we were to go back in your chart, and that fits for your life. People say that the crazy things happen to me, but you handle it with grace and stability. I agree with that. People who have this Aquarius energy as Aquarius rising, think of them as these chameleons that you can have a business suit, or you can talk to somebody who's in a business suit, and you can also talk to somebody who is a transient. And you're not judging the book by the cover, because you are the book. You have so many different layers. You're not just one book. You're an entire library. Aquarius energy is exotic and unique and different. It's you having this wardrobe of clothes that we could be friends. Like, it would be funky, unique, and yeah, all of the above. All right, so let's talk about where we are today. Let me transit out of here. Hold on. So here we are. Let me make sure you can see it. All right, so where are we? Okay, I want to talk about things that are going to support you here. I'm going to give you heads up on several different things. You want heads up on partnership? That'll be like next summer, like bringing somebody into your life. This is going to be what's really going to be big. I want to circle this first. This is your January. In January, set your intention along with the new moon, the Capricorn new moon, that has to do with things that are behind the scene. Isolation, dreams, intuition, psychic ability. When I was younger, I didn't know that I could put parameters on who visited me in my dreams, or where I traveled, or who I connected with, or things that I heard, or things that I felt, or things that I knew. Know that you can control these things. You can control having bad dreams, or you can control who comes to you in your dreams, or what you see in your dreams. You have control over all of that. This new moon, it's in your 12th house. It's the house of karma. It's the house of isolation and the broken record, and it's the house of healing from. Set the intentions of what do you want to control, what do you want to do, what do you want to build. Capricorn energy is slow and steady, short, middle, and long-term goals. Maybe this is studying something. Maybe this is diving deep into your genealogy to say, oh, this came from this relative that was passed down from this relative, and maybe they just didn't talk about it. Maybe it was secrets, because the 12th house is the house of secrets. Knowing that that's your January, because you're going to have the sun, Mars, and Venus all here, and then you're also going to have a new moon here. it will light up your entire chart. Remember that Mars is one of your rulers of your North Node, and so is Pluto. And so Mars going into your 12th house says, it's okay. Dig those secrets up. Let's reveal them. Let's heal from them. Let's remove ourselves from release ourselves from this karma. That being said, the next thing that's going to happen is in February, you are going to have new Neptune and Saturn. You're having your first Saturn return. I forgot. Okay, so let me back up and tell you about that. You are at a point in your life where you have experienced all of your first life's lessons, and the universe is saying, it's time, Alyssa. It's time to pick a path. It's time to move forward with a direction. And Pisces is very watery. It's in your second house of money and cash and property and skill set and talents and things that you love and covet. It's the personal house. And so for you, Saturn needs a container in order to hold the water in. That being said, Saturn is going to leave here in February of next year. It's going to happen on Valentine's Day. So it will meet up with Neptune. Neptune is about dreams and spirituality. It will move into your third house of communication. Think of it as this big, huge bang that all of a sudden says, this right here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to communicate. I'm going to start a blog. I'm going to write. I'm going to take a class. I'm going to do something that's closer to home, neighbors, siblings, cousins. It has to do with the words or science or technology of helping you with those. Like, think about it as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. It's the way that you communicate with people within your close community and starting something. What will happen with this is know that you have Pluto in your first house of self and identity, your business card, your website. It's going to be here for the next 20 years, literally shaping you. Pluto, the chart ruler of your career, is saying, let's get to the bottom of all of this. Let's dig down so we don't have to do this again. Pluto requires the death in order to have the rebirth. You want new grass? You got to kill all of the what do we call the weeds, the crabgrass that's there. Also, you're going to have Uranus leave your home sector, your 4th house. It's going to move into your 5th house. Now, this is going to form this mini grand, and this will be that February and March time. So this is like where we're moving towards. Uranus is going to move into your 5th house of children. This could bring shocking children that come to you, or working with children, your own inner child. It's the house of giving birth. Creatively, art, music, beauty, love. This is the house of lovers. This is the house of, what does Alyssa want to create? What does Alyssa want to give birth to? It's in the sign of Gemini. There doesn't have to be just one. There can be multiple. This is unique, exotic, and different. This is the transformation of where you are going. Knowing that in February, on February 17th, so I'm going to get rid of all this and give you like one more heads up. You are going to have the first eclipse that's going to be in the next series for the next 18 months, that's going to have the North Node moving into your 1st house of self. It's like coming out of the closet, changing your name, your hair, your wardrobe, your everything. The 1st house is your business card, your website. Having the North Node enter into this house is accepting yourself for who you are and just stepping into it. And there will be no ease and grace. It's just like, and this is who I am. And it could be somebody accidentally finding out something about you, and then you just saying, you know what, this is the way it is. I'm not gonna hide behind this anymore. You're gonna have the South Node in the 7th house of partnerships. That means I am releasing those people who do not support me. And now this is gonna be an 18-month cycle. It will be starting in February. So know that it will be a slow transition that will be activated by the eclipses. So every time that there will be eclipses, it will be you and everybody else. And eclipses eclipse people, places, and things into our life and out of our life quickly. So Alyssa, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. I'm going to check the comment section, and I greatly appreciate you trusting me. I appreciate everybody here liking, loving, hyping, and sharing that information. All right, let me see. Let me see who is next in the queue. Hi, Sarah. Alrighty. Thank you for being here, Sarah, and for waiting. Almost done. All right, and your question. I raised my grandson, but I'm feeling lost. What direction to go in, career or just in life? All right, I would love to share that with you, Sarah. So first off, thank you for trusting me. Thank you for being here. Let's take a look at what's going on. And Bright Light Beckaboo, thank you and Merry Christmas to you also, my friend. Oh, okay. And thank you for the tip. Jake just gave me the heads up. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. All right, Sarah, let's talk, Sarah. You have Mercury conjunct your South Node in Aquarius, North Node in Leo. You're coming up on a nodal opposition. Okay. And you're a Pisces. Look, I love Pisces energy. As a Pisces rising, you have your moon in Cancer. So feeling everybody's feels, stepping in for everybody, like it's that rescue energy. All right. And nurturing and caring for, and feeling everybody else's feels. All right, Sarah, let's take a look. All right, so currently, Sarah, this is you feeling all of your feels. Having the North Node in your first house of identity and your South Node in partnership, it literally means that for the last a year of your life, and you're almost through it, there's going to be 6 more months of it, is there are certain people in your life. This is business partners, significant other, clients, open enemies, exes, best friends. It's people in your life that will be exiting, will be leaving. And the North Node is, it's me. I need to be focused on me. This is my next chapter. This is where I need to go. This is what I need to be doing. Now, with this, hold on, let me get rid of this. I want to talk about all of this energy right here. Currently, you have the Sun and Venus and Mars at the top of your chart. It's focused on the legacy, the reputation, the responsibility of what is. Give me 1 second. I want to double check this. I just want to make sure that the dates and the times of all of this are absolutely correct. Give me just a hot second. Okay. I just had to double check because when you said you were raising your grandson, I'm like, oh, you are like just so young. And so yeah, this is a focus on. All right, back to you. The Sun is flanked with Venus on one side, Mars on the other. I, Sarah, need to be focused on my legacy, my job, my reputation, of my next chapter of what I'm going to do. That being said, there's opportunities that are making themselves available to you. These planets are going to shift into your 11th house in January. For the January, for the majority of January and the January new moon, especially when you have your birthday, this is going to be a time when you're going to have a Venus return. This happens once every 8 years. A solar return is once a year. This coinciding with a new moon of, I need to plant seeds, fresh start, clean slate, new beginning with my dreams, my hopes, my wishes, my goals of where I can support the collective, or where I can be with other people that can support me with where I want to go and what I want to do next. If you choose to pick something for a career or a job or step into something, it is readily available. This is you taking December and January in order to make the connections, in order to make that possible. January is where I would I would set my new moon for December. When is the new moon? Hold on. We're gonna have a new moon coming up. New moon in Sagittarius is going to be on the 19th. So take advantage of that, because that is I, Sarah, and I always end mine with, for my best and highest good. I, Sarah, this is what I want to do for a career, for a job, for my reputation, for things that I want to accomplish. The 10th house is the highest point of your chart. It rules over, like, you've got 3 planets there all working. It's lighting up your chart saying this is what I have the ability to do. Knowing that, all of this energy in January is therefore going to move to your 11th house, and you're going to have Venus here having a Venus return. So think back to 8 years ago, what was going on in your life. And then you're going to have a solar return, and Mars is going to be here. Like, all of this energy is brought together to say, now I need to plant the seeds of what I can create that is sustainable for short, middle, and long-term goals. Capricorn is pick the goal. Pick the people that support you, not just the people that you are always supporting. That being said, you have Saturn and Neptune. They're going to be shifting into your 2nd house of money, cash, property, talents, skill set, your resources. Think of it as this big, huge bang of, this is such a great idea. This is what I'm going to do. Neptune is what you dream, spirituality. Saturn is built on goals that can have short, middle, and long term that can be attained over a longer period of time. And so this is going to happen on February 14th, but what's going to activate it even further is going to be the eclipse that happens on February 17th. That will be a solar eclipse, new moon in the sign of Aquarius. And so that energy lights up your 12th house. And so this node here, well, it's going to be shifting. It's going to be a 6th, not a 6 month, like, take that back. When the nodes begin to shift with the eclipses, they will begin to shift into the signs of Leo and Aquarius. It will be an 18-month shift, but you're not done with Pisces and Virgo. There's always a 6-month overlap. So February 17th is the new moon, solar eclipse, and then 2 weeks later is March 13th, lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. Who's leaving? What are you letting go of? What is ending? Contracts, negotiations. That being said, it's going to be activating a nodal opposition for you. If you look at, let me get rid of a few things here. This node will be opposite of this node. This node will be opposite of this. It's like where the universe has said, I'm coming back to a point in your life that is a redirection, a realignment. When we have a nodal opposition, imagine that you and I were in a car together. You're driving, it's a small car, got a small hatchback, got a small back seat, got a small rear view mirror, and got a big windshield. And we're driving, and I say, tell me about your life. And we start passing things, and I say, do you want to leave it in the past? Do you want to put it in the trunk? Do you want to put it in the back seat? Do you want it in between us, or do you want to put it in the future? What do you want to move towards? The front windshield is what you're driving towards. The rear view mirror is what you're looking at and leaving in the past. Usually with nodal oppositions, it's an opportunity for you to look back to the last 9 years of your life and say, I don't want to do this again, or I've already done this, or I've experienced this. So, for example, a nodal opposition, it will bring up things from your past and say, is this the path that you want to revisit? Or do you want to do something different? Do you want to shift? It will literally have you looking back at people, places, and things and saying, think again. make good choices, move forward with this. The North Node in the sign of Aquarius is thinking outside the box, but it's in your house of dreams, intuition, and think of it as getting these amazing downloads. You have already come from a place of connection to divine, to spirit, having ancestral wisdom, having these experiences. That's your past. That's also where things went wrong. There was isolation and imprisonment because of it. Now there will be freedom and liberation because of it. It will be a chance to integrate your past with your future in order to heal. Having your North Node in the sign of Leo is Leo, me, roar, taking care of my pride, the other cats, the other animals, and also having pride. And the 6th house is self-care, mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, but it's also how do I care for others and not become the indentured servant or the slave, the always having to put other people's needs before your own. That's going to be part of this lesson that you're moving towards for 2026. So Sarah, I hope all of this makes sense to you. I'm excited about the next journey, the next part of your chapter. So thank you. Let me know in the comments, how are things doing? And hello from Canada. Best wishes to you too. Let me move this over. Rebecca. Bright light, Becca Boo. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Becca Boo. Always love your energy. And St. Louis, Missouri. Oh my God. Oh, and this is my last reading. Okay, I know that you are in. Okay, I have ties to St. Louis, Missouri, and we used to say those were not like always healthy ties. You know, those grandparents and things like that. We used to call it misery. Like, oh, please don't take me. Although I have good relatives that are there now. Okay, probably a story that we shouldn't have shared. Hold on, let me. Bright light, Becca Boo. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. Let's talk about this. Okay, so I get free reign, which I absolutely love. I know. My grandparents would take us to the Ozarks, chiggers and ticks, and a camper with no air conditioning. I could tell you stories. Like we'll have to talk about Missouri sometime. All right, so let's talk, Becca Boo. Okay. I'm going to go round robin. Let's talk about this. The first thing that strikes me is you have Pluto currently sitting on top of your Venus. Pluto is birth, death, and transformation. It's within your partnership sector. Venus is here, moving direct, and wants to bring people, places, and things together. So I don't know if there's contracts or negotiations or what is transforming, but there is something that is literally transforming as we speak that has to do with you and the other people in your life. If you are the first house, the 7th house represents everybody else. This could be best friends, significant others. It's clients, consultations, contracts, negotiations. Pluto says, let's transform this. This is not working. And so it's a multitude of things. That being said, I'm gonna add to it. Hold on. I want to talk about your Neptune and your Saturn. Your chart ruler is the sun. And you know that whenever the sun makes, you know how we talk about people that are Cancer, that are ruled by the moon, and the eclipses affect them greatly. You're a Leo rising and you are ruled by the sun. Any major aspects, that means eclipses and any kazimis. Pay attention to those time periods in your life, because a kazimi is when a planet is in the heart of the sun, in the heart of the energy of who you are, and it's these immediate downloads. So whenever you hear, and it can be me or another astrologer, talk about this kazimi, that is you to be saying, I'm going to get a download, I'm going to get some information, I'm going to have something great, like a message, a divine message come to me. That being said, let's talk about Saturn and Neptune. Neptune rules over your 8th house of where you invest your time, your effort, your energy, your money, your resources with other people. Saturn rules over 2 houses in your chart. It rules over your 6th house of your daily habits and over partnerships. So keep those themes in mind, that in February, on Valentine's Day, February 14th, both of these are going to be at the 0 degree, bringing in your daily habits, your health, your mind, your body, your spirit, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, something that has to do with partnerships, and something that has to do with shared resources or investments or deep psychological healing, power, and control dynamics. It will come in together at the 0 degree in your 9th house. I want to study here. I want to travel here. I want to go here. I want to connect with these people. I want to expand my mind. I have to make this happen. Neptune is like spirituality and dreams, and Saturn is the structure that you need in order to make those goals happen. In the sign of Aries is, I have to initiate this. Now, you know, I color code. So this is a fire sign and this is a fire sign. So this will be in a harmonious aspect with your 1st house of self, that will be pushing for you to initiate these changes. Knowing that that's going to happen, you're also going to have, I'm going to add back in those partnerships. I would think that there would be connections to partners that would be foreign, different, exotic. They could be either for work, for joy, for pleasure. Remember that the 7th house is not just, it's personal, it's professional, and it's also collaborative. It literally means the mirror of you, the other of you, the experiences that get brought into your life for you to learn and grow from. Uranus is going to leave your job sector, your career, your reputation. It is going to move into your 11th house, where it's going to stay for the next 7.5 years. This is a beautiful moment of you connecting and collaborating with a great many people in order for you to first move forward with your goals, your long-term dreams, your hopes, your wishes, and for you to be connected with people who are making changes on a broader scale. The 11th house is not just your hopes and dreams and goals, but it's where you connect with people, either for it's the partnerships that you connect with, either for work partners or like friendship circles, or it's your online communities. It's people that I connect with. So like, let's say I'm taking a class, and it would be where I would connect with people for a study group. It would be, I'm going for an astrology conference, and I would connect with all these other astrologers. That's the 11th house. Uranus is going to be here. It is going to fire up your mind with these connections and these collaborations that can be through AI, science, think email, phone, text, anything that's airwaves. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, anything that has to do with email or airwaves. And it's Gemini. It's you diversifying yourself in 2 totally different directions, 2 totally different groups or clubs or organizations. Now, the focal point is going to be the mini grand, that's going to be saying this. I need to learn this. I need to study this. I need to connect with these people. I need to broaden my horizons, my mind. This could be traveling for work or traveling for pleasure. This could be legal things. This could be like publishing a book. This is about learning and studying, and then also sharing it, you being from student to teacher. This transit is going to open up so many doors for you. I want you to think back to, I want you to focus on, okay, where are we now with the Sun and Venus and Mars hanging out in your 5th house of lovers and children, and what do I want to give birth to? You're going to have a new moon. The new moon's going to happen on the 19th. At this new moon, say to yourself, because you're having a Mars opposition, like, look at this. This Mars is opposite of this Mars. There's something a seed that you planted a year ago that's now saying, move on this, act on this. You've got to make this happen. With the new moon that's going to happen in December, it's Becca Boo, I want more of fun, joy, pleasure in my life. I need to tap into my own inner child. I want to give birth to a creative project, art, music, beauty, love, spirituality, a lover. Then in January, you're going to have, You're going to have all of this energy follow into your 6th house. I love this. Now, how do I make this a daily habit for myself? How can I continue to invest in myself? Alternative healthcare and practices and healing modalities, tapping, sound bath, TENS unit, chiropractor, yoga, meditation. This is the house of a counselor, a mentor, a guide, people that will support you, but also you taking care of your mind, your spirit, your health. You making your health a priority and making fun and joy a part of your daily activities. From this, that's what sets up where the eclipses are going. Now, I'm going to add one more layer into this. Starting in February, we're going to have the first eclipse. That's going to be the solar eclipse, new moon, February 17th, that will be in the sign of Aquarius. Yoo-hoo! I love this. Solar is brand new, fresh start, clean slate, new beginning. Eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in our life and out of our life. And once they're in, they're golden, and once they're gone, literally they're gone. If somebody moves, they no longer need your service, or like something happens, like it's a separation of. This is starting to plant the seeds of the next 18 months of Bright Light Becca Boo, I need to be focused on partnership. And what does it look like to have this node? The next eclipse series will be 18 months of Leo, Aquarius energy. Me and the other people in my life. How do I let go of my fears? How do I step into my divinity? How do I be fearless? That's your 2026 that you're leading into. And so I'm excited for you. You're going to have, like if we look even further, August 12th, you're going to have a Leo new moon, like a new moon in. So know that where you are moving it's my time. I've done a lot of work. It's me. You're also going to have Jupiter enter. Jupiter will come into the sign of Leo. It stays in a sign for a year. So Jupiter will come in July. So you're doing the prep work now. New moon next week, new moon in January, February, you hit the ground running, and then boom, 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 everything kind of takes off from there. So I'm excited for you, Becca Boo. I appreciate you always being here and supporting me and being part of my journey. I appreciate everybody tonight being part of this journey. Thank you for liking and the whole hyping thing, learning how to hype the videos. I greatly appreciate it. And so, oh wait, let me look. Sorry, yes, I didn't see it. Was meant to, okay. All right. Bright light, sending you hugs. And I'm sending everybody Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. And I hope to see you again in 2 more weeks as we move forward into this next new chapter. And thanks, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and if you would like to join me on Patreon, there is a 1-week free trial membership. I offer 2 lives once a week or once a month, and I would love to connect with you there also. All right. I heart you.